Hello teachers, learners and parents and my fellow facilitators. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you back to today's session where we will be learning about modeling human skin. That is grade 7 task. So allow me to go direct to what we are going to touch on in this session. First, you find that human skin is the outer covering of the body, and its main function is to protect the body from germs, heat, cold, and injuries. So here, when you talk about a model of human skin, it helps learners understand the different layers and parts of the skins. So let's go to the material that the learners will be collecting as they prepare for this task. The first one is they need a cardboard or a manila paper. Then they also need a plasticine or a modeling clay of different colors. They need border glue, marker pens, toothpick or matchsticks, cotton wool. They will also need colored paper, scissors, ruler, and a pencil. So those are some of the tools and materials that the learner will be collecting as they prepare for this task. So they also need to have the knowledge of parts of human skin to show in the model. They also need to have the knowledge of parts of the human skin they will be showing in the model. And some of the parts that they have to show, we have epidermis, which is the outer layer, dermis, the middle layer, we have the fat layer, we have the hair shaft, sweat gland, sweat pore, or a sweat pore, blood vessels, nerve endings, hair follicle, and oily gland. Those are some of the parts they'll be showing in their modeling using different materials. Now, after that, let's go to the steps of modeling human skin. So this is where now learners will be very keen so that they follow step by step as they perform the task. And the first step is about preparing the working area. So here, let the learner clean the working table and arrange all the materials neatly, and also they can cover the table with old newspaper if necessary so that they avoid dirtifying it. Under step 2, they start by drawing the outline of the human skin, and here they are going to take the cardboard or manila paper they have collected. Then they draw a large rectangle or cross-section shape of the skin using a pencil and a ruler, and then divide it into 3 layers as I have shown on my video there. Then after that, the layer that they're going to divide, we have the top layer, which will be epidermis, the middle layer, the dermis, and the bottom layer, fat layer. So as you can see, I have displayed the step on my video there. Under step 3, they are going to make the epidermis now. They start by making the epidermis, and here they are going to use a thin layer of colored clay or plasticine. That you can also have the modeling clay. Then they spread it on the top part of the drawing and smooth it carefully to represent the epidermis as you can see under that step on my video. And they must know the function of epidermis is to protect the body from germs and injury. After doing that, they will move to step 4, where they are now making the dermis. And under the dermis, they are going to add a thicker layer of another color below the epidermis, and this layer should be larger because it contains many structures. So it contains sweat glands, blood vessels, nerves, and hair roots. Then the next part they will be making is the fat layer. And here, as you can see on my video there, they are going to use yellow or light colored clay and place it at the bottom part of the model. So When they do that, they will have already made the fat layer, and its main function is to store fat and keep the body warm. Then they are going to add the hair shaft. So here they are going to use the toothpicks which was collected, or the matchstick, string, or small sticks. So they insert them from the epidermis down into the dermis, and will have already made the hair shaft, and its main function is to protect the skin and help in sensing touch. And the step number 7, let them add hair follicles by surrounding the lower part of the hair shaft with clay or plasticine. And so after doing that, it's going to form the hair follicles. So the main function of the hair follicle is to hold the hair firmly in the skin. So your hair is being held firmly by the hair follicle. So step 8, let the learners or the facilitators make the sweat gland. And here we are going to roll clay into a coiled or spiral shape and place it inside the dermis. So its main function is to produce sweat for cooling the body. Then step number 9, we are going to add the sweat pore. So here we are going to draw a tiny opening from the sweat glands to the top surface of the skin, as you can see. I have displayed the image there. Then add the oil gland by placing a small oval shaped clay near the hair follicle. After that, we also add blood vessels, and here we are using red and blue strings or colored lines by placing them in the dermis. And after that, let the learners use thin strings or draw branching lines in the dermis to add nerve endings, as you can see. Then after doing all this, they have already they have already created or made the parts of a human skin. So from there now, we are going to label all parts clearly and use neat handwriting and arrows. And when you do that, you will have already made the human skin. So why learners are supposed to do this? Remember, modeling human skin will help these learners identify the layers and functions of the skin. So the activity improves creativity, observation, and understanding of body structures. Here I'm leaving you with my image that shows how the final work is supposed to be. So thank you for watching. Remember to comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share, and like. Thank you, and may God bless you.